Hey, what's up YouTubers? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer55551, and I am back with a video review. And for this one, we're going to be reviewing the Nintendo eShop release of Guacamelee, if I'm saying the name correctly, Super Turbo Championship Edition for the Nintendo Switch. Originally released on the PS4, Xbox One, and the Wii U. The original version of the game was also available on PS3, Xbox 360, PlayStation Vita, Linux, and Mac. That's a mouthful at all. But for this review, we're going to be taking a look at the Switch version. And if you're interested in any gameplay footage, I'll have a link in the description of this video. So, this was an interesting game I remember playing a couple years back, because I never really heard of this game or this series until I saw sort of a trailer for it on Nintendo's YouTube channel, or saw like a video of it though. And I thought it was kind of interesting, and when I finally got the chance to download the download the game on the Wii U back then, I think it was like back in 2014 though, I actually fell in love with the game. I loved the art style, I loved the gameplay and all that stuff. It was a very interesting and fun game, and while it didn't push like maybe the use of the Wii U gamepad in any way, the idea of having a map in the Metroidvania style game kind of clicked and worked very well with that game, especially kind of like in a way that the Castlevania games did back in the days of the Nintendo DS with, I think, Dawn of Sorrow and Portrait of Ruins, which also had that idea where the top screen had like basically the gameplay, while the bottom screen had the map and all that stuff. So it was kind of interesting to see that Guacamelee was not only coming to the Nintendo Switch, but the fact that its sequel, Guacamelee 2, which first I think launched on the PS4, was also coming to the Nintendo Switch, I think sometime in December. And until that game comes out, we have this one, Guacamelee, the first one. And even though it's a port of a game that was released a couple of years ago, it's still a fun and enjoyable game as it was back then. So why don't we get started with the pros and cons? We'll start off first with the pros. First what I want to point out is the visuals. I love them. I think the art style in the game looks really nice. In fact, in a way, it kind of reminds me of watching a Samurai Jack episode in a way. Love that series. Sad that the series had to come to an end with, I think, season 5, but it is what it is with that one. But in any way, the art style of the game looks nice, and it looks really, really good, especially for a 2D game and so forth. So overall, I love the visuals. The next thing I want to talk about is the gameplay, and this one follows one of my favorite genres that I like, is a Metroidvania style gameplay though. Basically where you're moving around, basically you're going through a lot of stuff, and certain things cannot be accessed until you get like a special move or something like that, and once you do, you can open up areas that you couldn't open up before. There's also looking at for like heart pieces or pieces to sort of improve your stamina, to improving like getting another block to perform special moves and so forth. So it follows that tried and true Metroidvania style gameplay, and it's something I definitely enjoyed. The next thing I want to talk about is that, as weird as this is though, I love the whole idea of the whole Mexico / Day of the Dead / Lucha Libre or Luchador though. Even though I may not be a wrestling fan or anything like that, I still think the whole concept it's silly, but in a very interesting way. As a side note, the only luchador wrestler I can think of that pops in my head that I sort of heard many times would be Rey Mysterio and so forth. But I like the whole concept though. It's a weird concept though, the whole Day of the Dead and so forth. But it's a bizarre but interesting concept in the game. And last but not least though, the humor in the game definitely, at least I'm not 100% sure, but definitely has that fourth wall breaking kind of humor. You'll see comments ranging from them talking about saying like your princess is in another castle, to basically seeing posters of different luchador wrestlers with iconic characters that you may have seen. Like there's one that looks very similar to Mario Luigi. There's a statue that looks like Donkey Kong. There's also posters of like wrestlers, luchador wrestlers, like one that looks like Mega Man, while the other one looks like the Majora's Mask from Legend of Zelda's Majora's Mask. And basically, let's see. So basically, there's a lot of fourth wall breaking humor in the game, and it's really good. So I really like that humor, how it sort of pays homage to classic games, but also kind of pokes fun at them in a way. So overall, and if I'm saying this correctly, like the fourth wall breaking humor in the game. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to get to part 2 of which will be the con. So we'll take a little break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with part 2 of our video review of the Nintendo eShop release on the Nintendo Switch, Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition. Try saying that 7 times fast, or 5 times fast, or more fast, or whatsoever. And so now that I gave you the pros, why don't we get started with the cons? And there are 3 cons to be exact. Well, mostly 2. The third one is going to be based on preference and all that stuff. So we'll start off with the first one. And I will say that as much as I enjoy the game, though, the side quests in the games can be a bit confusing, or basically what location you have to go to and so forth. So, I mean, they're not bad, and some of them can be simple, but some of them can be difficult to perform because you don't know where to go and all that stuff, and there's no list of looking down at what side quests you complete and what currently you have to do and so forth. So the side quests in the game can be confusing at times. The next one, and this one's kind of a high con, is that as much as I like this game definitely has a learning curve in it, and that might turn some people off. There are a lot of things in the games where ranging from timing your jumps and all that stuff to doing special moves and so forth. The jumping segment is probably the most difficult one, because there may be some jumps where you have to perform multiple special moves just to like reach over to that jump. Like there may be like a platform here and it's like this far away, and you'll have to do like a double jump and then maybe a one special move and another special move just to try to reach it over. Not to mention, in order to go through like some spike vines and all that stuff, you have to sort of do a certain dodge move to sort of go through them. So there's a bit of a learning curve, and it might be difficult for some people, though. Others, this may not be a huge issue, but for some out there, it is a bit of a learning curve, and it might turn some people off. And last but not least, and I don't view this as a high con or anything like that, but I will say the issue with this game is that unless portability or playing it on the Nintendo Switch is like a priority for you, this is basically the same version as what the PS4 and the Xbox One is, okay? Now, I'm not saying it's a bad game or discouraging or saying that you shouldn't buy the Nintendo Switch version. I'm just saying that the only reason I would recommend the Switch version would be if portability is a big deal for you, or the fact that the Nintendo Switch is your main console of choice. If portability is not a big issue at all, and you really don't care at all, then go with whichever version you want to go with, which is either the PS4, Xbox One, PC, Steam, Linux, Mac, or Wii U, or PS3, 360, or Vita. But if portability is that big issue for you, or if the Switch is your main console, then you probably want to go with the Switch one. But again, that's based on preference and all that stuff. Overall, I do enjoy Guacamelee Super Turbo Champion Edition, though. It is a fun Metroidvania style game with the whole like concept of the Lucha Libre or Luchador, Day of the Dead, Mexican culture kind of feel to the game. The art style looks nice and everything like that. The learning curve might turn some people off, but I was able to get around it and still do a lot of the moves and all that stuff, even though it can be tricky at times. And the whole idea is just, it's so weird and so bizarre. It's actually is it's fun. So overall, for a Metroidvania style game, I definitely would recommend take a look at Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition, and I'm looking forward to when Guacamelee 2 comes out, supposedly in December for the Nintendo Switch, although I think it's available right now on the PS4, possibly PC, I'm not 100% sure. So overall, if you like Metroidvania games though, then I would say give Guacamelee, especially the Super Turbo Champion Edition, a shot. Okay, this concludes this video review of the Switch version of Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition for the Nintendo Switch. And again, these are my opinion. What are yours? What are your thoughts about Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition? Have you played the game before? Do you enjoy the game? Did you not enjoy the game? Do you like the Metroidvania style gameplay in it? Do you like the whole Mexican culture / Day of the Dead, or the whole luchador or lucha libre concept to it though? Is the game fun? Do you think there's a bit of a learning curve to the game? Do you agree with what I said in this video? Do you disagree? Do you have a difference of opinion? Excuse me. As always, sound off in the comment section below. Let me know what you think, and I hope you hit that like button. I would appreciate it. And I hope you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you do, make sure you hit the bell icon for notifications for any new videos I put up. Also, feel free to share this video if you want to, and feel free to donate to my channel if you like. You could do it through PayPal me or Patreon. Links will be in the description of this video. And I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that will be soon. Until then, from Southern California, wish you all a good day then. Bye!